1 2 1 2. Ah 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 ah. And I guess I don't need. Yeah, this is just going to be a really normal gorilla stream. Not even gonna announce it on social media. And we are live. Hello and welcome to the stream. My name is Nathan. I'm a manga translator VTuber, and we are about to translate this manga. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope you are doing well, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you. Tonight it is 8:40 p.m. On Wednesday night, which means usually it is the time where I just do manga translation. Yeah, like usually I'd start this at 9 p.m. Or sometimes at 8. But I accidentally ate a spicy ramen for lunch, and my stomach has been disagreeing with me all night. So I even thought that I wasn't going to stream, but considering that I'm about to translate this manga, so I thought might as well. So how is everyone doing tonight? Wait, Kyo, what is? I'll need to ask. What Kyo meant by using the rate command? Huh. Oh, should probably turn on Discord to see if anyone wants to chat or not. So yeah, tonight we are going to translate Corso Tenryutoshi, and this one is actually special ones because this was actually the bonus chapter that came with the special edition of Volume 6, because last week we just finished Volume 7, and I sort of forgot to do the bonus volume of Volume 6. Mostly because I don't actually own the special edition of Volume 6. I just did I found the scan over at who's over at the Taiwanese fan of the Corseltel series. I forgot me and my inability to recall women's name. And so I found the scans, so which is another reason why I did not purchase the special edition of Volume 6. And I got it. So I just downloaded off their blog, and we're just going to use that as our base. Even though the scan quality leaves a lot to be desired, but I mean, screw it, we're doing this. What else do we have? Cookie is still doing her freaking. All right. Yeah. Thank you for adding the. Ow! God, that actually gives me a jump scare. How's it going, Gray? Yeah, we're just gonna put like a bunch of song first before going to start with the the thing. I cannot English for some reason. How's it going? No longer going. How are you? Yeah. So I guess you're staying still. Okay. Just put a bunch of songs and just put it on the queue. While I'm just gonna put it here. While arms opening. Just gonna put that. Breath of Fire 4. Remastered. When the guitar riffs hit so hard, it starts to tear up. Uh, what else? What else? I know I'm trying to listen to a song earlier, but what was it? Oh, right. Also, sorry for the. Huh. It's not here. I guess I have to search it manually. Oh, yeah. There is. I remember what song that I wanted to listen to. Let me put it. Ma. Ware. It's. God damn it, I forgot the title of the song. Yeah, Moriarty Satsugetsuka. I'm trying to learn how to sing this song. I'm trying to learn this. Because my birthday is coming up. And which means I need to set up for a new birthday concert. And so far, I got like a bunch of songs that I wanted to. When next month actually, along with the rest of the homies' birthday. Although I'm probably gonna have to postpone the birthday concert. Yeah, let's just show on stream and play it. Yeah, and uh, yeah, because last year I was so busy that I had to postpone my actual birthday concert to September, and I think that's going to be the case with this year's as well. Because usually I had to work on like a bunch of stuff. For example, picking up the song and then uh, recording the song and then mixing it. And then after that, I had to do motion capture for the concert, and then just make the entire concert all together. I had to make all of those by myself. I mean, last time it took like 3 months. 2 months of pre-planning, 1 month of recording, 1 month of mixing, and then a month of doing the motion capture. And just making the setting up the concert all together. Hey, hello, Ditz. How's it going, buddy? Do you got any new Russian words for me? Yeah. So if you guys have any song to distract me from translating a manga, go ahead. Yeah. How's it going? Doing well. Just woke up. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. So I already the way that I would do it is that I think this year I'm gonna try to um it's going to be lesser song than what I have last year. I already uh put the listing, but a lot of the songs the songs that I pick are more slower and more melancholic in nature because the I think the point of the concert is just like melancholy in general. So it's a lot more the songs are a lot more slow pace. Yeah, just a lot more retrospective stuff. Usually I try to save time by using songs that I already recorded, but this year I kind of was so busy that I only recorded like 2 songs. Yeah, like I only recorded like 2 cover like this year. It's the kaiju from Orb anime, and then the what was it? The Rainbow from Blade and Souls, and I already used that one for my first concert all those years ago, like a couple of years ago. So I cannot use that again. So I had to pick up a new one. So, and then another thing that I wanted to try this year is that I wanted to make a original song. I wanted to commission someone to write me an original song. And to do that, I need to raise money so I could commission the composer. Which leads us to our first point. So if you guys don't know, when I try to make content, I would use my Coffee page to fund it. Right? And so far, it's been going great. I've been taking a bunch of translation commission to fund most of my stuff. I mean, heck, that's what I used to, so I can get my Monster Hunter Wilds and then fund for my ASMR microphone, which is very fun. I'm getting a lot of different content this year, which leads us to our first problem. Now, I've been doing this original coffee goal for fundraising because I really wanted to get back at cosplaying. And one of the costume that I really wanted to do is this. Whoops. Luo Xiaohei from Arknights. Yeah, it's this dude. That would certainly be cool. Yeah, so I really wanted to do this character, right? So this is Luo Xiaohei. He's a crossover character from a Chinese animated movie called Legend of Hei. And I've been a fan of the animated movie and the animated series, and a couple of years ago there was a crossover with Arknights. And this is the costume that I wanted to get. And where is it? I believe there's an ID Express or Taobao. Yeah, there we go. And there's a Taobao listing that I found last year. I'm not sure if they're still here. Yeah, there it is. And it costs 300, or should I say, somewhere around $100. Right? If I wanted to get it from Taobao, I had to import it. So that's what I've been doing for my Taobao ships everywhere? I don't think so, but there is a service that I can use to get most of the costumes. Because people usually just import costumes from Taobao for Indonesian cosplayer anyway, so there are a lot of service that can do that, which is jacks the price a lot. Is it better than AliExpress? Where it's just that Taobao is all the cosplayers go to for importing cosplay, basically. It's what everyone uses. It's how they get their wigs. Also, AliExpress is not available in Indonesia. They just do not ship in Indonesia. They usually ship it in Singapore, and people use proxy from that. It's freaking ridiculous. And again, the custom prices, the price to get it through custom. Anyway, so I really wanted to do this. So I've been putting this like a year ago, and so I thought, hey, and I put an incentive through my coffee page. For every $15 donation, I would add one bonus chapter of my manga translation, right? And for a full year, nothing. And then towards on my birthday, the homies sometimes gave me donations, because I was also doing their birthday through commissions anyway, which really helpful. Thank you so much, you guys. Which get me somewhere around $20-$30 last year. And then I had an emergency happen last year because of the freaking manga incident that almost bankrupted me. So it sets me back to zero. And then I start from the scratch again. And then fast forward to February this year. Time to give all my personal information to a Chinese website. I actually don't. I use it as a proxy. So there are a lot of proxy service that gets that orders from Taobao and then sends it to you. So anyway, fast forward to February 2025, right? During that period, I didn't have any donation, so I thought maybe I should change it. So I changed the coffee goal because I wanted to raise money to get Monster Hunter Wilds. Right? So I put it on Monster Hunter Wilds, and then all of my homies gave me donations through it. They helped me fulfill that, and I somehow managed to get Monster Hunter Wilds. So I managed to purchase it. So that campaign was successful, right? Yeah, I'm very grateful to all of my homies who helped me get that. So yeah, that goal is fulfilled. So I return it to the original cosplay goal, right? And then fast forward to today, I tried to did the same incentive as before. For every $15 donation I receive, I will add one chapter on my translation queue. And not only that, for people who donate $30, they get basically. I also put my commissions through coffee. So for those who doesn't know, I also open a commission through my blog or through my Discord. That if they want to get one manga volume fully translated, they can donate $30, right? So yeah, so a couple of years ago, I opened a commission that basically fast tracks some of the series that I've been translating, right? Because not just Corsetto Jutsushi, I also do Shuranomon, and a bunch of Shuranomon fans actually wants to see me finish that series because it is like long, like 30 volumes. So a couple of years ago, I opened an incentive. If they did donate $30, they could commission me to do an entire volume, just straight up. Because usually I do one chapter a month, but this time I just straight up one volume. So they did. They start donating $30, which fulfills a lot. Yeah, so a lot of the donations through my coffee right here is actually the commission. This began like 2 months ago. I already finished this too. And I already sent them the volumes, right? I will release the first one this week for my Patreon as part of the commission, and then I will release it on Manga Dex next week. Yeah. So and which means this particular goal is like 2/3 completed. And fast forward to now. Now, at this rate, once I finish the current commission, they will probably commission another one, which fulfill the goal. That's great. But here's the thing. Now going back to the original concert thing, which is my current dilemma. If you read this, I really wanted to do an original song. And the price to commission a composer is the exact same amount for the current cosplay goal. So now I had to make a choice. Do I keep the original cosplay goal for my coffee, for my fundraising, or do I postpone the cosplay fundraising again so I can raise money to get my original song? So, yeah, I'm kind of in sort of a dilemma here. So, if you guys wanted to help, yeah, you can just go to the coffee link and then just vote which one. Yeah, that would be very much helpful. I mean, I could just do the latter and just do the original song first. But, you know, or if you guys want to help me fund both, you can go to my coffee page right now and just start donating. Or if you can't donate through coffee, you can also give me a sub. Give me a sub, or donate directly, or join my Patreon, basically. Okay, so that's the update for the coffee donation. I also have another update. So if you guys haven't been on, I actually announced it on my Twitter and my Instagram. I don't know if you guys follow me there, but for those who actually does, good for you. But yeah, so for this week's Summer Game Fest, I got chosen to become the official co-streamer for the Southeast Asian Game Showcase. Right? Yippee! Yay! This is really huge. I've been co-streaming Game Fest before. Like a couple months ago, I did for the Southeast Asian for the Indie Jam. I did that, but for the first time, this is from like Steam Summer Game Fest, and this is actually huge. And to uh, help represent the gaming community of Southeast Asia is such a good honor. Yeah, and so I'll be co-streaming the event. So the event will be at June 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, which means that I'll be streaming it on Sunday at 3 a.m. Now you can see the problem. This is going to be like the first time I'll ever do like a long stream. This is the first time I'll be streaming at 3 a.m. Which is for the first time ever. Now, I've done like recording session at 3 a.m. before. But that was like years ago. But this is going to be probably the longest I've ever streamed because as usual, I'm going to start the stream at Saturday at 9 p.m. as per usual. And then this is probably going to be the longest stream I've ever done. The longest overnight stream. I won't be sleeping at all. So the stream starts at 9 p.m. During that time, I'll probably going to play a bunch of Southeast Asian games. Maybe I'll actually start playing Space for the Unbound. Finally. Or maybe just a bunch of demos from Southeast Asian developers that I got received from my email but never got to play. So that's going to be at 9 p.m. And then at 11 or 1, I'll probably going to co-stream other showcase from the Summer Game Fest. There is going to be a woman-led developer showcase, and then the Latin American developer showcase as well. Coffee, I'm not really a coffee guy, but I will probably get some energy drink. Yeah, it's either energy drink or matcha. I really don't like coffee. Will actually mess me up. I mean, might as well just get caffeine directly injected into my veins. If I wanted to, yeah. If I wanted to like stay up all night. If I wanted to scramble my brain chemicals directly, might as well do it. Just inject it directly into my veins. But so anyway, I already contacted the Summer Game Fest to see if they will give me the streamer kit for the event at 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. for both of the showcase, because so far they only gave me I only signed up for the Southeast Asian showcase, which is at 3 a.m. And just yesterday, they sent me an email asking if I wanted to participate in the events leading up to that, the woman-led game showcase and the Latin American showcase. So maybe I'll incorporate those as well in the upcoming stream. Oh, I keep forgetting. Speaking of upcoming stream, the VTuber Manga Club is going to be on this Friday at 8:30 p.m. It'll be fun. Also, which coincides with important day of Muslim holiday, which is the Eid Adha, which is when bunch of Muslims cuts up a bunch of cattle and distribute the meat to people who have less. So if you have a Muslim friends, be sure to say hi and ask them for their meat. If they have it. It's basically free meat day for Muslims out there. Anyway, we've do I have okay, so I already did the coffee thing, the Southeast Asian games, and then the VTuber Manga Club. Alright, I guess that's pretty much it for tonight's show and tell. Now let's actually translate. Let's put my manga translation VTuber moniker to good use. And who knows, maybe afterwards, once we're done with these two chapters, we'll be doing the ASMR book club. Where's my Photoshop? Yeah, I'm thinking of putting this song into my VTuber concert. I don't know. It's just that it's really hard to do this, to sing this solo. Ne. Te yoru no mochi. Yeah, luckily this bonus book is only like 16 pages. So this is going to be short. If we have enough, I think we have enough time to do an actual manga chapter. This is a bonus page as part of the incentive because last week I received the $30 donation through Coffee for when they commission a certain manga series, the ones that we talked about early. So this is the bonus chapter that's going to be released along for this week. CC Wild Words. Oh no. The freaking. Ah, I hate this. The. Hold on, let me open where's the. Right, that's the wrong thing. Two. I need to open my other manga page because this freaking space between. Again, it's been a while since the last time I stream. Also, I just recovered from a cold, so I cannot speak. I can't English. Also, I think it's probably because I do not get my 8 hours of sleep. Yo, what? Oh, frick. Uh, the wow, 3 point. Wow, the face type font is so tiny. Save as JPEG. I probably shouldn't use this page. Where are the page with? Wow, so many Lian Lee requests, huh? Gray. Oh, I should probably review some of the songs that I want to put on the concert. Wait, it's not there? What? Oh, it's not in the. You know what? Let's just put the English version. And let's put some of the classics too. Ah, Gray. Owie, that hurts. What was that for? Also, hey, unknown. How's it going, buddy? Hold on, let me give you a shout out. Oh, also, I guess I should give Gray a freaking shout out too. Hey, shout out to my mod. Oh yeah, you're playing Bakery Cafe Simulator with Stara last week. Fine as always. How about you? I just recovered from my cold this morning, so I feel very fine. I feel absolutely fantastic. Yeah, which is also another reason why I haven't been streaming this week. Oh dang, Emily's in the background. I wonder who played it. Yeah, I wonder who put that in the. Must be a really good uh Twitch mod. Hmm. I don't know what kiss of that, but my lips sure wanna taste Indomie. Ah, I I actually had a freaking spicy pop me today, and my stomach hasn't recovered since then. Which is why the stream had to be delayed for like half an hour because I couldn't stop going to the bathroom. Also, a note: if you have any song requests, just put it in the chat. I wish there's a way to look at the song request history. Thank you for the song request. Lower one's eyes. Ooh, what's that? Looking forward to hearing it. You know what? Actually, what's the? Do you guys have like a brain rot song? Let's just put that to distract me from working a lot. Oh no, what have I done? What have I suggested? What hell have I brought upon to my chat? Oh wait, hold on. I think there is. I forgot. Then I remember there was a freaking Zenzen Zensei a parody. Frick, I forgot what's the name. Hold on, let me look up the. I remember it's a Japanese one. But instead of Zenzen Zensei, it was written as freaking there it is. What is this gray? Bustin', 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 bustin'. What is this, Robert Downey Jr.? This is like the anthem of like pre-Marvel. This is pre-Marvel Robert Downey Jr. Like imagine going to bed right next to Robert Downey Jr. Imagine waking up finding like Robert Downey Jr. sleeping on your bed. drunk. Will be nice in 2025, but back in the 90s, like yikes. Oh, yeah, this is one of the songs that I really wanted to put on my upcoming birthday concert. Tonight. But just the Japanese version. This is the English version. Tonight. Yeah, this has got like this summer vibe. What? Hold on, I need to ask, what is Epic the Musical? Anyways, Epic the Music is basically Odyssey's story with music. What is Odyssey's story? I keep having it on my recommendation. Like, what is Epic the Musical? Try to sell it to me. It's about Odysseus trying to get home to see his wife and son. What? Did he try to get some Olympian milk? It's full of music. My son, I got the milk. I'm going home. He got the milk. I got the milk, the musical. It made me cry, not gonna lie. Like 3 times. Oh, is it on Netflix? I'm guessing it's on Netflix, right? Is it kind of like the Has Been Motel? Yeah, because I keep seeing the recruitment page in the Utaita community. So I'm guessing the music must be good. It's literally just on YouTube because Epic the Musical is a project made to tell a story of Odysseus with just music. Is it? Hold on. Is it by StarKid? Epic the Musical. Is it a StarKid production? It feels like a StarKid thing. Wow, 2 hours. Wow, it is like a freaking musical. Alright, we're gonna check this out later. Full reaction, ayo. Maybe. Oh, frick. Wrong key. Hey, Bakul Dada, welcome. Hello, hi, welcome. Hi, and how did you find me? How did you find me? I'm getting free content reacting to a video. This is the best stream already. Hello, Bakul, welcome. Hi, my name is Nathan. I'm a manga translator VTuber who is actually currently translating manga. Thanks, using search for song requests. Oh, really? What curse thing are you going to put now? Alright, just put whatever you want, man. Well, because the goal of this stream is to see how my chat can distract me while I'm working. Oh, what is this? Naikor Yumito Hazakura. Oh, what kind of music do you listen to? Anything? Oh, you can barely hear the song on your stream. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, I put them very low because sometimes it's just like way too. The sound is just way too loud. Also, oh yeah, I can't. Oh yeah, I kind of put it way too low because my nephew is sleeping downstairs. Also, hey Zero, what's up, man? Ooh, we're getting hype now. I just realized I could just like turn down the overall volume of my stream. Oh, wait, whoops, that's the wrong slider. Frick. I knew it. I knew someone would put that in the freaking queue. God dang it, Zero. Anyways, I don't think I can handle hours of watching the stream tonight. I need to sleep so I can continue making my prop mask for June 15. Oh! What are you cosplaying? Well, all types of song or only specific types? Actually, I'm kind of like looking for something new to listen to because some of my songs that I listen to are mostly like melancholic stuff. I recently got really into listening to what is it? What was that band? Frick, I forgot. Sigur Rós. Yeah. Recently, I got really into listening to Sigur Rós, and I tried to put that up as a background music for my English class, and all of my students ended up breaking down in tears. Like, whoopsies. Wait, did I accidentally... Oh no, did I accidentally... Oh no, did I accidentally... Wait, what happened? Did I accidentally mute you? Why aren't you showing in my chat? Yeah, Bakul, what happened? Did I accidentally ban you on my chat? Nothing. Oh. Imagine banning. Yeah. I accidentally did that. I actually did that on my own restream bot on my YouTube chat. So for like a full 2 months, my YouTube chat cannot see the chat from Twitch. God damn it, Kappa. What were you trying to erase? Also, a question for Bakuldada. Have you read this manga before? This is called Quarsaltal Ryujutsushi. Oh, it's this song. Na 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 na. Oh, thank you. Hey, Healing, what's up? Yoink. Hello, welcome to the chat tries to distract me with their song requests. It's raining so hard right now. Oh. I'll watch the VOD once I wake up. I shall go to bed. Have a nice godly stream. Have a nice godly sleep to you too. Yeah, good night.
we're tired of this back and forth strife. If there's nothing left here for us, I'll see that we are both set free tonight. I'll see we find peace, so that nobody can conquer your heart, so nobody can tear us apart. You should trust.
Wait, did he just say fart? Also, hey, the song requests I sent recently aren't bad, not gonna lie. Yeah. Oh no. Healing. What kind of curse song are you going to put? Just gotta put Facilio like 10 times. Don't.
Whispering the same prayer every day. How much longer will this feeling torture me? I can't forget the things you said to me, the way we used to be. Just how many times on my mind you bring up your lies.
I'm a changed man. I won't spam Facilio. I'll spam SB19. I swear, if I get copyright, I'm probably gonna get copyright strike anyway. Because of the song request. Missing you too. Put the song URL or the name of the song. I'm holding up to... Unfortunately, I'm not like Keita. I do not know any modern music or any lyrics to the music at all. I still have that Ramadan Fest. I still have that Ramadan Fest Autobot. Oh my god, that was like 3 months ago. I forgot to remove that. Me and my oversight again. I have this bad habit of not taking down decorations after the thing. I'm just that lazy. Like, for a good year, I still have my national flag outside my house, like when I'm still living with my brother. Oh, don't worry, Adha is coming. Yeah, you got any plans, Zero? You got any plans? Also, will you share me your meat? I ain't lazy, just patriotic. Yeah, so Zero, do you have, are you like butchering a cattle tomorrow? Which meat? Yeah, what kind of meat do you have? Do you got like beef or lamb? As long as it's not pork, I guess. Dang it, what was the freaking thing? Asking for man's meat is crazy. That's the thing. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh shoot. Dang it. Yeah. So remember, on Friday, go to any of your Muslim friends and ask for their meat. Let me get a taste of your meat this Friday. Sadly, we don't do open house. Oh, you don't. Oh, yeah. So what kind of meat are you getting? Beef or lamb? Or maybe camel or horse? Chicken. Ah. All right. How much are you butchering? Yeah, there's a lot of song queue. There's a lot of song in the queue. Oh wait, why did I use? That's good enough. What I mean by butcher, but I don't butcher, not my family does. Oh, you mean butcher the animal? Because that's how. So, oh, you guys don't, butcher as in cut the meat, as in kill the animal. You're not joining the butchering of the animals? No. Oh. Okay. Because most of the mosque during Idul Adha in Indonesia, they will so during Idul Adha, Muslims will offer some cattle to be butchered, and then they will distribute the meat to those who are less fortunate, right? It's basically like live meat donation, right? And they would commence the butcher after the Idul Adha prayer. Usually, that's how we usually do it in Indonesia. Actually, that's how we do it in all over the world, I guess. So, usually in Indonesia, like at every mosque during that day, we'd usually have the butchering right after the prayer ceremony, because we got a lot of animals to go through. We got a lot of meat to go through. Especially my family, because we're actually donating a cattle this year, or actually everyone in the neighborhood pitch in to get like an animal to butcher, like a cow or a lamb. Not a lamb, a goat. So yeah. So everyone in the neighborhood would get around the mosque and help with the butchering process, with the skinning and then distributing the meat. And that can take like all day. Also, there is like, I remember there is a restriction on who can get the meat. That's an actual rule. Oh wait, that's the wrong name. M500 short to change a line. I should probably remove that break. I should probably remove that redeem. I'm guessing they need to have a certificate for indigency. Yeah, you mean one, of course they had to be Muslims, or Muslims or recently converted, or students. Basically, if you, it's not actually for the less unfortunate. It's mostly just people. We just donate food to fellow Muslims out there. Because, well, as you know, beef is very expensive. At least the kosher one, anyway. Technically, it's not. It's just that every mosque actually have some sort of system to distribute it, just in case. So there won't be, and they actually distribute it per house, not per person. So one house gets like a kilo, 1 or 2 kilos. I forgot. I think it's 1 kilo, right? 1 kilo of meat. Okay. So I need to get the. Oh, that's per household or literally going to house building. House build. I think it's by household, yeah. Per household in that area. Yeah, so how do I explain it? So Idul Adha is actually a Muslim holiday to, so there is a long history about it. So you guys know for those Christian, you know how the story of how Abraham almost sacrificed his son for the gods, but then God was like, hold up. Like, hold that knife. Oh my god, you got your name. Yup. If you pay attention to the lyrics, this is not your name. You killed that ram over there. Yeah. So God told Abraham to sacrifice his son. So as he puts his son on the rock and prepared the knife, God was like, hold up. Yo, bro, it was a prank. Bro, chill. It's just a prank. So in consolation, God gave Abraham and his son a goat. to sacrifice instead, to offer to the god. And that's what Idul Adha means. That's the start of Idul Adha, which is the uh, Muslim celebration for where Muslims would sacrifice cattle for God and then distribute the meat to those that is less fortunate. It was just a test. The camera's over there. Look over there. You're on candid camera. We got some angels watching you. You're live, man. I'm so sorry for that kind of explanation. Ooh, this is Epic the Musical.
Is the Cyclops struck with guilt when he kills? Is he up in the middle of the night? Or does he end my men to avenge his friend and then sleep knowing he has done right? When the witch turns men to pigs to protect her nymphs, is she going insane? Or did she learn to be colder when she got older and now she saves them the pain?
I definitely cannot use that explanation for a short.
Is he scared that he's doing something wrong? Or does he keep us in check so we must respect him and now no one dares to piss him off? Does a soldier use a wooden horse to kill sleeping Trojans cause he is vile? Or does he throw away his remorse and save more lives with guile? If I became the monster, threw that guilt away,
Blasphemy.
would that make us stronger?
Pell him with rocks. Shame. Shame.
Everyone but us, and made sure we got home again. Who would care if we're unjust? If I became the oh, ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. And deep down I know this well. I lost my best friend, I lost my mentor, my mom, 500 men gone. This can't go on, I must get to see Penelope and Telemachus. So if we must sail through dangerous oceans and beaches, I'll go where Poseidon won't reach us. And if I gotta drop another infant from a wall in an instant so we all don't die, then I'll become the monster. I will
Why does this have the Hamilton vibe? This has like Hamilton vibe.
become the monster. I became the monster, threw that guilt away. Would that make us stronger? Would it keep our foes at bay?
Can't wait to ruin the vibe with SB.
I became the
What's an SB?
to everyone but us.
Oh, SB19.
Huh? I can tell you're getting nervous, so do yourself a service and try to relax, my
Is that like
friend.
the nickname for the fandom? For the fandom? What do you call fans of SB19? The fandom is Aten. Oh, is that oh yeah, is that Tagalog for something? Oh, it means hours. Okay. Russian jokes. Insert Russian jokes here. Our
Stay back. my friend, greet the world with open arms.
We're only here for food. 600 friends are waiting for us to show our faces. Stay back, I'm warning you. If we don't get back safely, my men will turn this place into blazes.
I'm coming back to make a communist joke.
This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we face, we'll be fine if we're leading from the heart. No matter the place, so we can light up the world. Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
My friend, I wish that I could say that I agree, but look at the way this fruit is glowing and filled with glowing seeds. It took me a while to notice just what kind of fruit they eat. It's a lotus, it controls your mind and never lets you free. That's what we'd get with open arms.
Lotus eaters, I'd like to show my friend that kindness is brave. Could you tell me where there's
Okay, so I think I'm gonna close the.
a cave?
Should,
They're saying
no,
there's a cave where
should
we
we
go
keep going?
and where do
Once
we
we're done with
find
this
the
chapter,
food-filled
we're almost
cave?
done.
Thank you.
Because I wanted to go with the ASMR book
This
club
life is
segment,
amazing when you greet it with open arms. I see in your
and we only have like
face so much
3
skill
pages
inside
left.
your heart. So why not replace it and light up the world? Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Greet the world with open arms.
Will the SR continue with the ASMR? Probably not. Yeah, which is why I said we're probably gonna do the last call. But I'm probably going to put those that didn't get played. I'm probably going to put it for the next translations stream. Nor.
Don't you miss me?
More than you know.
Then jump in the water and kiss me.
Penelope, I've told you this before. You know I'm afraid of the water.
I'll make sure that you are safe and sound. Come play with me and our daughter, and let's watch our love leave the ground.
Oh, I would, but I'd be suffering trying to float the whole
I
time.
would take the suffering from you.
Ooh, as good as that sounds, right here I'm just
I
fine.
can take the suffering from you.
You know that I prefer my feet on the
I
ground.
will take the suffering from you.
Fine, but only if you answer a question or two.
Of course.
Okay, so let's say I was on the run, or hiding, from, I don't know, Poseidon. And let's say he blocked the way home with giant waves and giant storms.
Oh no.
How am I to evade him? How am I to get home? Which route should I take? Where am I supposed to go?
He will chase you high and low, so find a place he'd never go. The one way you'll get home is sailing where he's scared to roam. Oh, it's through the lair of Scylla.
No.
This is your only way home, the lair of Scylla.
But Scylla has a cost.
Well, you asked and now you know. Now jump in the water.
Penelope, why? You know I'm too shy and
I
terrified.
would take the suffering from you.
Ooh, for you I would die, but can't you let me stay
I
dry?
can take the suffering from you.
You should come onto the ship. We'll jump at the same
I
time.
will take the suffering from you.
Yeah, sorry for the Discord notification sound. Ooh, what's this? I got notification from Togi Production.
I would take the
Oh,
suffering from you.
right. Wait, what?
I can take the suffering from
All right, for the Whisper Outbreak release. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is from Bakul Dada's request. This sounds familiar. What's this from? Sounds like something from Genshin. Maybe. I get this from Genshin. Nope. Oh, it's not. Then what is this from? Why does it sound so familiar? This song is made for Genshin. Oh, really? But I know why. Yeah, it does have that vibe.
Whenever life gets
Puts
you
you down,
keeps
makes you
you
worrying a frown.
and
Oh,
the gravy
the
train has
trains
left
left you
you
behind.
And when
When
you're
I'm
all
all out of hope,
down
just
at the
end of your rope.
and
And
nobody's there to throw
keep
you
you
a line.
So
you ever
you
get so low that you don't know which way to go, come on and take a walk in my
shoes.
Never
Don't you
worry about a thing,
got
put the world on a string, 'cause I've got the cure for all of my blues. I
take a look at my enormous penis and fading away, ba-doom, but I take a look at my enormous penis. We all do. I remember I remember playing this a lot on Kata's on Kata's song request on his stream, and then at Nina's and at Nina Claymore's stream. Like she was just doing her normal Teostras hunt on Monster Hunter World, and I would just put this on her song request, and she was like, "What?" She had to like do the double take during her stream. Penis. I remember playing this during my faculty's not faculty during our camping trip. Yeah, so we did like our beach trip. Like, remember the beach trip that I took back in February? We were having a barbecue that night. And I just played this on speaker.
Size doesn't matter.
Everything is going my way. Yum. Lately, I've been feeling disconnected, losing energy, bury me. Let me read you for it in my own time.
Hey.
Do you hear me? Yeah, the truth is,
Oh, I actually like this.
the distance is disrupt to me and you, so I immediately move, trying to find a better cue. That will surely be for you, till we want and lose the two. Let's not waste our time and try to reconnect the lines. Oh yeah, I miss getting electrified when I look in your eyes. Oh baby, there's no groove within this music. No sign of your heartbeat in it. I'm alone, yeah. So sad, will I ever get connected? 'Cause you
Is this like fully English?
in my heart and soul, yeah.
I like this.
Thanks to all my friends and family, lifting me up, keeping in touch. I know that it should be enough.
Ooh.
They say live your life with no regret.
Is there like non-copyrighted instrumental of this? Like instrument cover of this? I might put this on my birthday concert.
Let's not waste our time and try to reconnect.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I miss getting electrified when I
Yeah, except that I probably cannot sing that high because I'm not a tenor.
there's no groove within this music. No sign of your heartbeat in it. I'm alone, yeah. So sad, will I ever
Maybe I should.
connect?
Maybe a good rearrangement. But that's gonna like cost me like 300k. Yeah, that's gonna cost me like 300k. I think we are done. There is this one more, but it's too small. Probably not gonna translate this. Big Bean Havers Unite. You're in the wrong stream, my dude. Isn't that during the Finch's notebook? Okay. All right. So last song for the queue. You're in the right stream. I will not give any further explanation. Okay. So while we're listening to this, I'm gonna prepare for my get my book ready. I hope did I remember to Gray. No. We're done with the song request. We're about to do the ASMR. Ending stream? Not really. We're doing the ASMR book reading. Prolonging the queue. Yo, what's happening? Yeah. Oh. My the book was pressing on the keyboard. I hope this is the one. Check. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, this mic is very sensitive. Oh, there. Alright, so I'm turning it off right now. I'm turning it off. Yeah, I forgot I can just like turn it off on the while we listen to that, I'm gonna put on the book. Okay, how is my audio by the way? I hope it's not too loud, not too quiet. Good, okay. Alright, everybody, headphones on. Reading. Yeah, mostly because filters. Oh yeah, it's probably because of my panel setting. Yeah, so sometimes I just switch it to like this way to make like more aggressive volume. Also the fact that it picks up the music that comes out of my speaker. Yeah, that's probably why. Oh, right. Sensory properties. That's why it keeps echoing. Okay, how about now? Yeah, I shouldn't put it on monitoring. Yeah, and I forgot that I'm using the OBS verification to do that. But yeah, that should be, yeah, it should be good now. Not echoing, but not. It's not muffled per se, but it's just the panning. Again, it's the panning thing. So if I, example, put it right here, now you hear it from your left ear. But if I put it, I mean your right ear. But then if you hear it right here, again, as I said, headphones on. Put your headphones. It will sound a little bit muffled because of the panning thing. So if I say, for example, put it right here at 0 degrees, you can hear it very clearly. But if I say put it at 90 degrees, it will sound muffled on speaker, but it's because it's running through the left, on your left speaker. I mean, I could just do that on post. I could have just done that on post when I'm making the compilation video. But the VST does not show up on my Premiere Pro. On my Adobe Premiere. Controls. No, that's the UI. Scene. Props.
Let's go. You ain't ready for this. Don't you complain like I got you caged when you got one foot out the door. I'm not entertained by all of your games. You're just a pawn on my board. You acting tough when you're high on your go. Knock on my door and you're hitting you low. You wanna leave, keep by. You keep the key, you'll be back no time. Makakahanap pa ng iba. Di mo ko mapapahama ka. Makakaloko pa ng iba. Chilling back to speed the up. I know you're gonna call my number. Keep on coming back again. You love me like a boomerang. Put on it like you don't want it. I said we're done, but I know that you'll be back again. Even when I try to throw it. You'll be back 'cause you love me like a boomerang. Boom, like a boomerang. Front, back, hands down, you're my boomerang. Left, right, back, you're my boomerang. Keep on coming back again. You love me like a boomerang. No, don't you hate? This is how it's played. This what a trophy's are for. Sakan and Babo. This is not a competition, but a revolution. Are you clear with your vision? You need a doctor's prescription. You acting tough when you high on ego. Nah, knock on my door when you hit on Ulo.
Okay, which chapter do we left on? Oh yeah, so last time we left off, we are at chapter 5. And we're at chapter, at the end of chapter 4.
Keep on coming back again. You love me like a
That jumps good too. Well, that's way too loud. Yeah, that is way too loud. Oh, I guess we can just do this, right? Is this not way too loud? Well, I guess that kind of works. Okay, so we're just gonna wait till the end of the song.
Keep on coming back again, he love me like a boomerang.
Oh, forgot to say the title. Subtitle. So, Heart of Not Giving Up.
Keep on coming back again, he love me like a boomerang.
Chapter 5. Alright. Stop showing on stream. Yeah. What was... Yeah, I'm just gonna stop that. You sound like a disappointed parents trying to mask their anger with a soft voice. Look, I am not mad, just disappointed. Oh, forgot about this. A good part of every ASMR stream, pour Vaseline into your lips. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, so, sorry about that. Oh, I also need to close the Discord. My ears feel violated. Oh, I cannot say. Wow, that was so loud. My ears feel violated. I'm so sorry, chat. You know what? I'm not sorry. Did I make you? Yeah, you like that? Where's the reactive PNG? Okay, close that. Yeah, 0. We're no longer taking the SR. The SR is no longer on because we are about to read this book. Yeah, welcome to ASMR VTuber Club. Oh wait, no, welcome to ASMR Book Club. Tonight, we are continuing with our reading of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. Published by Harper One. Copyright 2006 by Mark Manson. Wait, did we already did chapter 5? Oh, I already did. So this is chapter 6. Yeah. Oh, let me back up a little bit so you guys can see the book. Chapter 6. You're wrong about everything, but so am I. 500 years ago, cartographers believed that California was an island. Doctors believed that slicing a person's arm open or causing bleeding anywhere could cure disease. Scientists believed that fire was made out of something called phlogiston. Women believed that rubbing dog urine on their face had anti-aging benefits. Astronomers believed that the sun revolved around the earth. When I was a little boy, I used to think mediocre was a kind of vegetable that I didn't want to eat. I thought my brother had found a secret passageway in my grandmother's house
because he could get outside without having to leave the bathroom. Spoiler alert, there was a window. I also thought that when my friend and his family visited Washington, D.C., they had somehow traveled back in time to when the dinosaurs lived, because after all, BC was a long time ago. As a teenager, I told everybody that I didn't care about anything, when the truth was I cared about way too much. Other people ruled my world without my even knowing. I thought happiness was a destiny and not a choice. I thought love was something that just happened, not something that you worked for. I thought being cool had to be practiced and learned from others rather than invented for oneself. When I was with my first girlfriend, I thought we would be together forever. And then, when that relationship ended, I thought I'd never feel the same way about a woman again. And then, when I felt the same way about a woman again, I thought that love sometimes just wasn't enough. And then I realized that each individual gets to decide what is enough, and that love can be whatever we let it be.
Yeah, I just gotta turn that off. I'm way too far from my mouse, so I cannot do the panning thing. Every step of the way, I was wrong about everything. Throughout my life, I've been flat out wrong about myself, others, society, culture, the world, the universe, everything. And I hope that will continue to be the case for the rest of my life. Just as present Mark can look back on past Mark's every flaw and mistake, one day future Mark will look back on present Mark's assumptions, including the content of this book, and notice similar flaws. And that will be a good thing, because that will mean I have grown. There is a famous Michael Jordan quote about him failing over and over and over again, and that's why he succeeded. Well, I'm always wrong about everything over and over and over again, and that's why my life improves. Growth is an endlessly iterative process. When we learn something new, we don't go from wrong to right. Rather, we go from wrong to slightly less wrong. And when we learn something additional, we go from slightly less wrong to slightly less wrong than that, and then to even less wrong than that, and so on. We are always in the process of approaching truth and perfection without actually ever reaching truth or perfection. We shouldn't seek to find the ultimate right answer for ourselves, but rather, we should seek to chip away at the ways that we're wrong today, so that we can be a little less wrong tomorrow. When viewed from this perspective, personal growth can actually be quite scientific. Our values are our hypothesis. This behavior is good and important, that other behavior is not. Our actions are the experiments. The resulting emotions and thought patterns are our data. There is no correct dogma or perfect ideology. There is only what your experience has shown you to be right for you. And even then, that experience is probably somewhat wrong too. And because you and I and everybody else all have differing needs and personal history and life circumstances, we will all inevitably come to differing correct answers about what our lives mean and how they should be lived.
My correct answer involves traveling alone for years on end, living in obscure places, and laughing at my own farts. Or at least that was the correct answer up until recently. That answer will change and evolve because I change and evolve. And as I grow older and more experienced, I chipped away at how wrong I am, becoming less and less wrong every day. Many people become so obsessed with being right about their life that they never end up actually living it. A certain woman is single and lonely and wants a partner, but she never gets out of the house and does anything about it. A certain man works his ass off and believes he deserves a promotion, but he never explicitly says that to his boss. They're told that they're afraid of failure, of rejection, of someone saying no. But that's not it. Sure, rejection hurts. Failure sucks. But there are particular certainties that we hold on to, certainties that we're afraid to question or let go of, values that have given our lives meaning over the years. That woman doesn't get out there and date because she would be forced to confront her beliefs about her own desirability. That man doesn't ask for the promotion because he would have to confront his belief about what his skills are actually worth. And I also need to put my phone on do not disturb. It's easier to sit in a painful certainty that nobody would find you attractive, that nobody appreciates your talents, than to actually test those beliefs and find out for sure. Beliefs of this sort, that I'm not attractive enough, so why bother, or that my boss is an asshole, so why bother, are designed to give us moderate comfort now by mortgaging greater happiness and success later on. They are terrible long-term strategies, yet we cling to them because we assume we are right, because we assume we already know what's supposed to happen. In other words, we assume we know how the story ends. Certainty is the enemy of growth. Nothing is for certain until it has already happened, and even then, it's still debatable. That's why accepting the inevitable imperfection of our values is necessary for any growth to take place. Instead of striving for certainty, we should be in constant search of doubt. Doubt about our own beliefs, doubt about our own feelings, doubt about what the future may hold for us unless we get out there and create it for ourselves. Instead of looking to be right all the time, we should be looking for how we're wrong all the time, because we are. Being wrong opens up to the possibility of change. Being wrong brings the opportunity for growth. It means not cutting your arm open to cure a cold or splashing dog piss on your face to look young again. It means not thinking mediocre is a vegetable and not being afraid to care about things. Because here's something that's weird but true. We don't actually know what a positive or negative experience is. Some of the most difficult and stressful moments of our lives also end up being the most formative and motivating. Some of the best and most gratifying experiences of our lives are also the most distracting and demotivating. Don't trust your conception of positive negative experiences. All that we know for certain is that what hurts in the moment and what doesn't, and that's not worth much. Just as we look back in horror at lives of people 500 years ago, I imagine people 500 years from now will laugh at us and our certainties today. They will laugh at how we let our money and job define our lives. They will laugh at how we were afraid to show appreciation for those who matter to us most, yet he preys on public figures who don't deserve anything. They will laugh at our rituals and superstitions, our worries and our wars. They will gawk at our cruelty. They will study our art and argue over our history. They will understand truths about us which none of us are yet aware. And they too will be wrong, just less wrong than we are. Architects of our own beliefs. Try this. Take a random person and put them in a room with some buttons to push. Then tell them that if they do something specific, some undefined something that they have to figure out, a light will flash on indicating that they've won a point. Then tell them to see how many points they can earn within a 30-minute period. When psychologists have done this, what happens is that you might expect people sit down and start mashing buttons at random until eventually the light comes on to tell them they got a point. Logically, they then try repeating whatever they were doing to get more points. Except now the light's not coming on, so they start experimenting with more complicated sequences. Press this button 3 times, then this button once, then wait 5 seconds, and ding! Another point. But eventually, that stops working. Perhaps it doesn't have to do with buttons at all, they think. Perhaps it has to do with how I'm sitting or what I'm touching. Maybe it has to do with my feet. Ding! Another point. Yeah, maybe it's my feet. And then I press another button. Ding! Generally, within 10 to 15 minutes, each person has figured out the specific sequence of behaviors required to net more points. It's usually something weird like standing on one foot, or memorizing a long sequence of buttons pressed in a specific amount of time while facing a certain direction. But here's the funny part. The points really are random. There's no sequence. There's no pattern. Just a light that keeps coming on with a ding. And people doing cartwheels thinking what they're doing is giving them points. Sadism aside, the point of the experiments is to show how quickly the human mind is capable of coming up with and believing in a bunch of bullshit that isn't real. And it turns out we're all really good at it. Every person leaves that room convinced that he or she nailed the experiment and won the game. They all believe that they discovered the perfect sequence of buttons that earned them their points. But the method they come with are as unique as the individuals themselves. One man came up with a long sequence of button pushing that made no sense to anyone but himself. One girl came to believe that she had to tap the ceiling a certain number of times to get points. When she left the room, she was exhausted from jumping up and down. Our brains are meaning machines. What we understand as meaning is generated by the associations our brains make between 2 or more experiences. We press a button, then we see a light go on. We assume the button caused the light to go on. This, at its core, is the basis of meaning. Buttons, light, buttons. We see a chair. We know that it's gray. Our brain then draws the association between the color gray and the object chair and form meaning. The chair is gray. Our minds are constantly whirring, generating more and more associations to help us understand and control the environment around us. Everything about our experiences, both external and internal, generates new associations and connections within our minds. Everything from the word on this page to the grammatical concepts you use to decipher them, to the dirty thoughts your mind wanders into when my writing becomes boring or repetitive. Each of these thoughts, impulses, and perceptions is composed of thousands upon thousands of neural connections, firing in conjunction, aligning your mind in a blaze of knowledge and understanding. But there are two problems. First, the brain is imperfect. We mistake things we see and hear. We forget things or misinterpret events quite easily. Second, once we create meaning for ourselves, our brains are designed to hold on to that meaning. We are biased towards the meaning our minds has made, and we don't want to let go of it. Even if we see evidence that contradicts the meaning we created, we often ignore it and keep on believing anyway. The comedian Emo Phillips once said, "I used to think human brain was the most wonderful organ in my body. Then I realized who was telling me this." The unfortunate fact is, most of what we came to know and believe is the product of the innate inaccuracies and biases present in our brains. Many or even most of our values are products of events that are not representative of the world at large, or are the result of totally misconceived past. The result of all this? Most of our beliefs are wrong, or to be more exact, all beliefs are wrong. Some are just less wrong than others. The human mind is a jumble of inaccuracy, and while this may make you uncomfortable, it's an incredibly important concept to accept, as we'll see. Be careful what you believe. In 1988, while in therapy, the journalist and feminist author Meredith Moran came to a startling realization. Her father had sexually abused her as a child. It was a shock to her, a repressed memory she had spent most of her adult life oblivious to. But at the age of 37, she confronted her father and also told her family what had happened. Meredith's news horrified her entire family. Her father immediately denied having done anything. Some family members sided with Meredith, others sided with her father. The family tree was split in two. The pain that had defined Meredith's relationship with her father since long before her accusation now spread like a mole across its branches. It tore everyone apart. Then, in 1996, Meredith came to another startling realization. Her father actually hadn't sexually abused her. I know, whoops. She, with the help of a well-intentioned therapist, had actually invented the memory. Consumed by guilt, she spent the rest of her father's life attempting to reconcile with him and the other family members through constant apologizing and explaining. But it was too late. Her father passed away, and her family would never be the same. It turned out Meredith wasn't alone. As she describes in her autobiography, My Lie, A True Story of False Memory, throughout the 1980s, many women accused male family members of sexual abuse only to turn around and recant years later. Similarly, there was a whole swath of people who claimed during that same decade that there were satanic cults abusing children, yet despite police investigations in dozens of cities, police never found any evidence of the crazy practices described. Why were people suddenly invented memories of horrible abuse in families and cults? And why was it all happening then, in the 1980s? Ever played the telephone game as a kid? You know, you say something in one person's ear and it gets passed through like 10 people, and what the last person hears is completely unrelated to what you started with. That's basically how our memories work. We experience something, then we remember it slightly differently a few days later, as if it had been whispered and misheard. Then we tell somebody about it and have to fill in a couple of plot holes with our own embellishment to make sure everything makes sense and we're not crazy. And then we come to believe those little fill-in mental gaps, so we tell those the next time too. Except they're not real, so we get them a little bit wrong. And we're drunk one night a year later when we tell the story, so we embellish it a little bit more. Okay, let's be honest. We completely make up about 1/3 of it. But when we're sober the next week, we don't want to admit that we're a big fat liar. So we go along with the revised and newly expanded drunkard version of our story. And 5 years later, our absolutely, swear to God, swear on my mother's grave, truer than true story is at most 50% true. We all do this. You do, I do. No matter how honest and well-intentioned we are, we're in perpetual state of misleading ourselves and others for no other reason than that our brain is designed to be efficient, not accurate. Not only does our memory suck to the point that eyewitness testimony isn't necessarily taken seriously in court cases, but our brain functions in a horribly biased way. How so? Well, our brain is always trying to make sense of our current situation based on what we already believe and have already experienced. Every new piece of information is measured against the values and conclusions we already have. As a result, our brain is always biased towards what we feel to be true in that moment. So when we have a great relationship with our sister, we'll interpret most of our memories about her in a positive light. But when the relationship sours, we'll often come to see those exact same memories differently, reinventing them in such a way as to explain our present-day anger towards her. That sweet gift she gave us last Christmas is now remembered as patronizing and condescending. That time she forgot to invite us to her lake house is now seen not as an innocent mistake, but as horrible negligence. Meredith's fake abuse story makes far more sense when we understand the value in which her belief arose. First of all, Meredith had had a strained and difficult relationship with her father throughout most of her life. Second, Meredith had had a series of failed intimate relationships with men, including a failed marriage. So already, in terms of her values, close relationship with men weren't doing so hot. Then, in the early 1980s, Meredith became a radical feminist and began doing research into child abuse. She was confronted with horrific stories after horrific story of abuse, and she dealt with incest survivors, usually little girls, for years to end. She also reported extensively on a number of inaccurate studies that came out around that time, studies that it later turned out grossly overestimate the prevalence of child molestation. The most famous study reported that a third of adult women had been sexually molested as children, a number that has since been shown to be false. And on top of all this, Meredith fell in love and began a relationship with another woman, an incest survivor. Meredith developed a codependent and toxic relationship with her partner, one in which Meredith continually tried to save the other woman from her traumatic past. Her partner also used her traumatic past as a weapon of guilt to earn Meredith's affection. More on this and boundaries in Chapter 8. Meanwhile, Meredith's relationship with her father deteriorated even further. He wasn't exactly thrilled that she was now in a lesbian relationship. And she was attending therapy at an almost compulsive rate. Her therapists, who had their own values and beliefs driving their behavior, regularly insisted that it couldn't simply be Meredith's highly stressful reporting job or her poor relationships that were making her so unhappy. It must be something else, something deeper. Around this time, a new form of treatment called repressed memory therapy was becoming hugely popular. This therapy involved a therapist putting a client into a trance-like state where she was encouraged to root out and re-experience forgotten childhood memories. These memories were often benign, but the idea was that at least a few of them would be traumatic as well. So there you have poor Meredith, miserable and researching incest and child molestation every day, angry at her father, having endured an entire lifetime of failed relationship with men, and the only person who came to understand her or love her is another woman who is a survivor of incest. Oh, and she's lying on a couch crying every other day with a therapist demanding over and over that she remembers something she can't remember. And voila! You have a perfect recipe for an invented memory of sexual abuse that never happened. Our mind's biggest priority when processing experiences is to interpret them in such a way that they will cohere with all of our previous experiences, feelings, and beliefs. But often we run into life situations where past and present don't cohere. On such occasions, what we're experiencing in the moment flies in the face of everything we've accepted as true and reasonable about our past. In an effort to achieve a coherence, our mind will sometimes, in cases like that, invent false memories. By linking our present experiences with that imagined past, our mind allows us to maintain whatever meaning we already established. As noted earlier, Meredith's story is not unique. In fact, in the 1980s and early 1990s, hundreds of innocent people were wrongly accused of sexual violence under similar circumstances. Many of them went to prison for it. For people who were dissatisfied with their lives, these suggestive explanations, combined with the sensationalizing media, there were veritable epidemics of sexual abuse and satanic violence going on, and you could be a victim too. Gave people's unconscious minds the incentive to fudge their memories a bit and explain their current suffering in a way that allowed them to be victims and avoid responsibility. Repressed memory therapy then acted as a means to pull these unconscious desires out and put them into a seemingly tangible form of a memory. This process and the state of mind it resulted in became so common that a name was introduced for it: false memory syndrome. It changed the way courtrooms operate. Thousands of therapists were sued and lost their license. Repressed memory therapy fell out of practice and was replaced by more practical methods. Recent research has only reinforced the painful lesson of that era. Our beliefs are malleable and our memories are horribly unreliable. There is a lot of conventional wisdom out there telling you to trust yourself or to go with your gut, and all sorts of other pleasant-sounding cliches. But perhaps the answer is to trust yourself less. After all, if our hearts and minds are so unreliable, maybe we should be questioning our own intentions and motivations more. If we're all wrong all the time, then isn't self-skepticism and the rigorous challenging of our own beliefs and assumptions the only logical route to progress? This may sound scary and self-destructive, but it's actually quite the opposite. It's not only the safer option, but it's liberating as well. The dangers of pure certainty. Erin sits across from me at the sushi restaurant and tries to explain why she doesn't believe in death. It's been almost 3 hours and she's eaten exactly 4 cucumber rolls and drunk an entire bottle of sake by herself. In fact, she's about halfway through the bottle number 2 now. It's 4 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. I didn't invite her here. She found out where I was via the internet and flew out to come find me. Again. She's done this before, you see. Erin is convinced that she can cure death, but she's also convinced that she needs my help to do it. But not my help in like a business sense. If she just needed some PR advice for something, that would be one thing. No, it's more than that. She needs me to be her boyfriend. Why? After 3 hours of questioning and a bottle and a half of sake, it still isn't clear. My fiancé was with us in the restaurant, by the way. Erin thought it important that she be included in the discussion. Erin wanted her to know that she was willing to share. Me and my girlfriend, now wife, shouldn't feel threatened by her. I met Erin at a self-help seminar in 2008. She seemed like a nice enough person, a little bit on the woo-woo, new agey side of things, but she was a lawyer and had gone to an Ivy League school and was clearly smart. And she laughed at my jokes and I thought I was cute, so, of course, knowing me, I slept with her. A month later, she invited me to uproot across the country and move in with her. This struck me as somewhat of a red flag. And so I tried to break things off with her. She responded by saying that she would kill herself if I refused to be with her. Okay, so make that 2 red flags. I promptly blocked her from my email and all of my devices. This would slow her down, but not stop her. Years before I met her, Erin had gotten into a car accident and nearly died. Actually, she had medically died for a few moments. All brain activity had stopped, but she had somehow miraculously been revived. When she came back, she claimed everything had changed. She became a very spiritual person. She became interested in and started believing in energy healing and angels and universal consciousness and tarot cards. She also believed that she had become a healer and an empath, and that she could see the future. And for whatever reason, upon meeting me, she decided that she and I were destined to save the world together, to cure death, as she put it. My arm's getting sore. Alright, continue. After I blocked her, she began to create new email addresses, sometimes sending me as many as a dozen angry emails in a single day. She created fake Facebook and Twitter accounts that she used to harass me as well as people close to me. She created a website identical to mine and wrote dozens of articles claiming that I was her ex-boyfriend and that I had lied to her and cheated her, that I had promised to marry her and that she and I belonged together. When I contacted her to take the site down, she said that she would take it down only if I flew to California to be with her. This was her idea of a compromise. And through all this, her justification was the same. I was destined to be with her, and that God had preordained it, that she literally woke up in the middle of the night to the voices of angels commenting that our special relationship was to be the harbinger of a new age of permanent peace on earth. Yes, she really told me this. By the time we were sitting in that sushi restaurant together, there had been thousands of emails. Whether I responded or didn't respond, replied respectfully or replied angrily, nothing ever changed. Her mind never changed. Her beliefs never budged. This had gone on for over 7 years by then, and counting. And so it was in that small sushi restaurant with Erin guzzling sake and babbling for hours about how she'd cure her cat's kidney stones with energy tapping, that something occurred to me. Erin is a self-improvement junkie. She spends tens of thousands of dollars on books and seminars and courses. And the craziest part of all this is that Erin embodies all the lessons she's learned to a T. She has her dreams. She stays persistent with it. She visualizes and takes action and weathers the rejections and failures and gets up and tries again. She's relentlessly positive. She thinks pretty damn highly of herself. I mean, she claims to heal cats the same way Jesus healed Lazarus. Come the fuck on. And yet, her values are so fucked that none of this matters. The fact that she does everything right doesn't make her right. There is a certainty in her that refuses to relinquish itself. She has even told me this in so many words, that she knows her fixation is completely irrational and unhealthy and is making both her and me unhappy. But for some reason, it feels so right to her that she can't ignore it and she can't stop. In the mid-1990s, psychologist Roy Baumeister began researching the concept of evil. Basically, he looked at people who do bad things and why they do them. At the time, it was assumed that people did bad things because they felt horrible about themselves. That is, they had low self-esteem. One of Baumeister's first surprising findings was that this was often not true. One, on Baumeister's in fact, it was usually the opposite. Some of the worst criminals felt pretty damn good about themselves. And it was this feeling good about themselves in spite of the reality around them that gave them the sense of justification for hurting and disrespecting others. For individuals to feel justified in doing horrible things to other people, they must feel unwavering certainty in their own righteousness, in their own beliefs and deservedness. Racists do racist things because they're certain about their genetic superiority. Religious fanatics blow themselves up and murder dozens of people because they're certain of their place in heaven as martyrs. Men rape and abuse women out of their certainty that they're entitled to women's bodies. Evil people never believe that they are evil. Rather, they believe that everyone else is evil. In controversial experiments, now simply known as the Milgram experiments, named for the psychologist Stanley Milgram, researchers told normal people that They were to punish other volunteers for breaking various rules, and punish them they did, sometimes escalating the punishment to the point of physical abuse. Almost none of the punishers objected or asked for explanations. On the contrary, many of them seemed to relish the certainty of the moral righteousness bestowed upon them by the experiments. The problem here is that not only is certainty unattainable, but the pursuit of certainty often breeds more and worse insecurity. Many people have an unshakable certainty in their ability at their job or in the amount of salary they should be making. But that certainty makes them feel worse, not better. They see others getting promoted over them, and they feel slighted. They feel unappreciated and under-acknowledged. Even a behavior as simple as sneaking a peek at your boyfriend's text message or asking a friend what people are saying about you is driven by insecurity and that aching desire to be certain. You can check your boyfriend's text message and find nothing, but that's really the end of it. Then you may start wondering if he has a second phone. You can feel slighted and stepped over at work to explain why you missed out on a promotion, but then that causes you to distrust your coworkers and second-guess everything they say to you and how you think they feel about you, which in turn makes you even less likely to get promoted. You can keep pursuing that special someone you're supposed to be with, but with each rebuff advance and each lonely night, you only begin to question more and more what you're doing wrong. And it's in these moments of insecurity, the deep despair, that we become susceptible to an insidious entitlement, believing that we deserve to cheat a little to get our way, that other people deserve to be punished, that we deserve to take what we want, and sometimes violently. It's the backwards law again. The more you try to be certain about something, the more uncertain and insecure you will feel. But the converse is true as well. The more you embrace being uncertain and not knowing, the more comfortable you will feel in knowing what you don't know. Uncertainty removes our judgments of others. It preempts the unnecessary stereotyping and biases that we otherwise feel when we see somebody on TV, in the office, or on the street. Uncertainty also relieves us of our judgment of ourselves. We don't know if we're lovable or not. We don't know how attractive we are. We don't know how successful we could potentially become. The only way to achieve these things is to remain uncertain of them and be open to finding them out through experience. Uncertainty is the root of all progress and all growth. As the old adage goes, the man who believes he knows everything learns nothing. We cannot learn anything without first not knowing something. The more we admit we don't know, the more opportunities we gain to learn. Our values are imperfect and incomplete, and to assume that they are perfect and complete is to put us in a dangerously dogmatic mindset that breeds entitlement and avoids responsibility. The only way to solve our problems is to first admit that our action and beliefs up to this point have been wrong and are not working. This openness to being wrong must exist for any real change or growth to take place. Before we can look at our values and prioritizations and change them into better, healthier ones, we must first become uncertain of our current values. We must intellectually strip them away, see their faults and biases, see how they don't fit with much of the rest of the world, to stare our own ignorance in the face and concede because our own ignorance is greater than us all. Manson's law of avoidance. Chances are you've heard some of the Parkinson's law. Work expands so as to fill up the time available for its completion. You've also undoubtedly heard of Murphy's law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Well, next time you're at swanky cocktail party and you want to express somebody, try dropping Manson's law of avoidance on them. The more something threatens your identity, the more you will avoid it. That means the more something threatens to change how you view yourself, how successful or unsuccessful you believe yourself to be, how well you see yourself living up to your values, the more you will avoid ever getting around to doing it. There's a certain comfort that comes with knowing how you fit in the world. Anything that shakes up that comfort, even if it could potentially make your life better, is inherently scary. Manson's law applies to both good and bad things in life. Making $1 million could threaten your identity just as much as losing all your money. Becoming a famous rock star could threaten your identity as much as losing your job. This is why people are often so afraid of success, for the exact same reason they're afraid of failure. It threatens who they believe themselves to be. To avoid writing that screenplay you've always dreamed of because doing so would call into question your identity as practical insurance adjuster, you avoid talking to your husband about being more adventurous in the bedroom because that conversation would challenge your identity as a good moral woman. You avoid telling your friend that you don't want to see him anymore because ending the friendship would conflict with your identity as a nice, forgiving person. These are good, important opportunities that we consistently pass up because they threaten to change how we view and feel about ourselves. They threaten the values that we've chosen and have learned to live up to. I had a friend who, for the longest time, talked about putting his artwork online and trying to make a go of it as a professional, or at least semi-professional artist. He talked about it for years. He saved up money. He even built a few different websites and uploaded his portfolio. But he never launched. There was always some reason. The resolution on his work wasn't good enough, or he had just painted something better, or he wasn't in a position to dedicate enough time to it yet. Years passed, and he never gave up his real job. Why? Because despite about making a living through his heart, the real potential of becoming an artist nobody likes was far, far scarier than remaining an artist nobody's heard of. At least he was comfortable with it and used to being an artist nobody heard of. I had another friend who was a party guy, always going out drinking and chasing girls. After years of living the high life, he found himself terribly lonely, depressed, and unhealthy. He wanted to give up his party lifestyle. He spoke with a fierce jealousy of those of us who were in relationships and more settled down than he was. Yet he never changed. For years he went on, empty night after empty night, bottle after bottle. Always some excuse, always some reason he couldn't slow down. Giving up that lifestyle threatened his identity too much. The party guy was all he knew how to be. To give that up would be like committing psychological harakiri. We all have values for ourselves. We protect these values. We try to live up to them, and we justify them and maintain them. Even if we don't mean to, that's how our brain is wired. As noted before, we are unfairly biased towards what we already know, what we believe to be certain. If I believe I'm a nice guy, I'll avoid situations that could potentially contradict that belief. If I believe I'm an awesome cook, I'll seek out opportunities to prove that to myself over and over again. Belief always takes precedence. Until we change how we view ourselves, what we believe we are and are not, we cannot overcome our avoidance and anxiety. We cannot change. In this way, knowing yourself or finding yourself can be dangerous. It can cement you into a strict role and saddle you with unnecessary expectations. It can close you off to inner potential and outer opportunities. I say, don't find yourself. I say, never know who you are, because that's what keeps you striving and discovering, and it forces you to remain humble in your judgments and accepting the differences in others. We're gonna take a little break. I need to grab some water. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. What did I miss? Continue. Kill yourself. Buddhism argues that your idea of who you are is an arbitrary mental construction, and that you should let go of that idea that you exist at all. That the arbitrary metrics by which you define yourself actually trap you, and thus you're better off letting go of everything. In a sense, you could say that Buddhism encourages you to not give a fuck. It sounds wonky, but there are some psychological benefits to this approach to life. When we let go to the stories we tell about ourselves to ourselves, we free ourselves up to actually act and fail and grow. When someone admits to herself, maybe I'm not good at relationships, then she is suddenly free to act and end her bad marriage. She has no identity to protect by staying in a miserable, crappy marriage just to prove something to herself. When the student admits to himself, maybe I'm not a rebel, maybe I'm just scared, then he's free to be ambitious again. He has no reason to feel threatened by pursuing his academic dreams and maybe failing. When the insurance adjuster admits to himself, maybe there's nothing unique or special about my dreams or my job, then he's free to give that screenplay an honest go and see what happens. I have both some good news and some bad news for you. There is little that is unique or special about your problems. That's why letting go is so liberating. There's a special kind of self-absorption that comes with fear based on an irrational certainty. When you assume that your plane is the one that's going to crash, or that your project idea is the stupid one everyone is going to laugh at, or that you're the one everyone is going to choose to mock or ignore, you're implicitly telling yourself, I'm the exception. I'm unlike everybody else. I'm different and I'm special. This is narcissism, pure and simple. You feel as though your problems deserve to be treated differently, that your problems have some unique math to them that doesn't obey the laws of the physical universe. My recommendation? Don't be special. Don't be unique. Redefine your metrics in mundane and broad ways. Choose to measure yourself not as a rising star or an undiscovered genius. Choose to measure yourself not as some horrible victim or dismal failure. Instead, measure yourself by some mundane identities: a student, a partner, a friend, a creator. The narrower and rarer the identity you choose for yourself, the more everything will seem to threaten you. For that reason, define yourself in the simplest and most ordinary ways possible. This often means giving up some grandiose idea about yourself, that you're uniquely intelligent or spectacularly talented or intimidatingly attractive or especially victimized in ways other people could ever imagine. This means giving up your sense of entitlement and your belief that you're somehow owed something by this world. This means giving up the supply of emotional highs that you've been sustaining yourself on for years. Like a junkie giving up to the needle. You're going to go through withdrawal when you start giving these things up, but you'll come to the other side so much better. How to be a little less certain of yourself. Questioning ourselves and doubting our own thoughts and beliefs is one of the hardest skills to develop, but it can be done. Here are some questions that will help you breathe a little more uncertainty in your life. Question 1. What if I'm wrong? A friend of mine recently got engaged to be married. The guy who proposed to her is pretty solid. He doesn't drink, he doesn't hit her or mistreat her. He's friendly and has a good job. And since the engagement, my friend's brother had been admonishing her non-stop about her immature life choices, warning her that she's going to hurt herself with this guy, that she's making a mistake, that she's being irresponsible. And whenever my friend asks her brother, "What is your problem? Why does this bother you so much?" he acts as though there is no problem, that nothing about the engagement bothers him, that he's just trying to be helpful and look out for his little sister. But it's clear that something does bother him. Perhaps it's his own insecurities about getting married. Perhaps it's a sibling rivalry thing. Perhaps it's jealousy. Perhaps he's just so caught up in his own victimhood that he doesn't know how to show happiness for others without trying to make them feel miserable first. As a general rule, we're all the world's worst observers of ourselves. When we're angry, or jealous, or upset, we're oftentimes the last ones to figure it out. The only way to figure it out is to put cracks in our armor of certainty by consistently questioning how wrong we might be about ourselves. Am I jealous? And if I am, then why? Am I angry? Is she right? And I'm just protecting my ego? Questions like this need to become a mental habit. In many cases, the simple act of asking ourselves such questions generates the humility and compassion needed to resolve all of our issues. But it's important to note that just because you ask yourself if you have the wrong idea doesn't necessarily mean that you do. If your husband beats the crap out of you for burning the pot roast, or ask yourself if you're wrong to believe he's mistreating you, well, sometimes you're right. The goal is merely to ask the question and entertain the thought at the moment, not to hate yourself. It's worth remembering that for any change to happen in your life, you must be wrong about something. If you're sitting there miserable day after day, that means you're already wrong about something major in your life. And until you're able to question yourself to find it, nothing will change. Question 2. What would it mean if I were wrong? Many people were able to ask themselves if they're wrong, but few were able to go the extra step and admit that would mean if they were wrong. That's because the potential meaning behind our wrongness is often painful. Not only does it call into question our values, but it forces us to consider what a different, contradictory value could potentially look and feel like. Aristotle wrote, "It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it." Being able to look at and evaluate different values without necessarily adopting them is perhaps the central skill required in changing one's own life in a meaningful way. As for my Francis brother, his question to himself should be, what would it mean if I were wrong about my sister's wedding? Often the answer to such a question is pretty straightforward, and some form of I'm being a selfish / insecure / narcissistic asshole. If he is wrong and his sister engagement is fine and healthy and happy, there's really no way to explain his own behavior other than through his own insecurities and fucked up values. He assumes that he knows what's best for his sister and that she can't make major life decisions for herself. He assumes that he has the right and responsibility to make decisions for her. He is certain that he's right and everyone else must be wrong. Even once uncovered, whether in my Francis brother or in ourselves, that sort of entitlement is hard to admit. It hurts. That's why few people ask the difficult questions. But probing the questions are necessary in order to get at the core problems that are motivating his and our dickish behavior. Question 3. Would being wrong create a better or worse problem than my current problem for both myself and others? This is the litmus test for determining whether we've got some pretty solid values going on, or we're totally neurotic fuckwads taking our fucks out on everyone, including ourselves. The goal here is to look at which problem is better, because after all, as Disappointment Panda said, life's problems are endless. My Francis brother, what are his options? A. Continue causing drama and friction within the family, complicating what should otherwise be a happy moment, and damage the trust and respect he had with his sister, all because he had a hunch, some might call it an intuition, that this guy is bad for her. B. mistrust his own ability to determine what's right or wrong for his sister's life, and remain humble, trust her ability to make her own decisions, and even if he doesn't, live with the result out of his love and respect for her. Most people choose option A. That's because option A is the easier path. It requires little thought, no second guessing, and zero tolerance of decisions other people make that you don't like. It also creates the most misery for everyone involved. Ow. It's option B that sustains healthy and happy relationships built on trust and respect. It's option B that forces people to remain humble and admit ignorance. It's option B that allows people to grow beyond their insecurities and recognize situations where they're being impulsive or unfair or selfish. But option B is hard and painful, so most people don't choose it. My friend's brother, in protesting her engagement, entered into an imaginary battle with himself. Sure, he believed that he was trying to protect his sister, but as we've seen, beliefs are arbitrary. Worse yet, they're often made up after the fact to justify whatever values and metrics we've chosen for ourselves. The truth is, he would rather fuck up his relationship with his sister than consider that he might be wrong, even though the latter could help him grow out of the insecurities that made him wrong in the first place. I try to live with few rules, but one that I've adopted over the years is this. If it's down to me being screwed up, or everybody else being screwed up, it is far, far more likely that I'm the one who screwed up. I have learned this from experience. I have been the asshole acting out based on my own insecurities and flawed certainties more times than I can count. It's not pretty. That's not to say there aren't certain ways in which most people are screwed up. And that's not to say there aren't times where you'll be more right than most other people. That's simply reality. If it feels like you versus the world, chances are it's really just you versus yourself. End of chapter 6. Yeah, that is a little bit of mixed for me. Some of it mentions about a lot of sensitive subject, like how the mention of how people in the 1980s claimed they were sexually abused, but it turns out that they had created false memory. I don't like how the author tries to make light of sexual abuse claim, considering that today a lot of women, it still continued till today. A lot of women still get sexually abused, not just women but men as well. While it does try to make a point of how our minds may create false memory, using sexual abuse does not sit right well for me, but mostly because it's such a sensitive subject and I'm just not comfortable with that. But other than that, I sort of I can't say agree. I sort of see the point of what this chapter is trying to do, of how we should try to doubt
ourselves and our values of everything that we've learned and experienced, because at times that same value could be wrong in the future, right? What do you guys think, chat? After hearing all that, what do you think of this chapter? So chapter 7 is called Failure is the Way Forward, and it is almost midnight. That's going to be the 2 last chapter. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of just record the remaining 2 chapters, say off stream, and then put that into a compilation video, and then put that on my and then lock that behind a paywall in my coffee. So you guys will actually, you want to know the ending of this book? Pay, motherfucker, pay. Just kidding. I'm probably gonna put that on my coffee for free, mostly because I don't actually own the rights to this book. And if I try to sell it, I'm probably gonna get sued. So yeah, I guess it is time for me to end tonight's stream. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Maybe I'll try to do the Epic the Musical, what do you say, movie session, maybe, on my Discord server. Who knows? Who knows? Alright, let's find someone who we can raid. I believe Keita is streaming Baldur's Gate, and he just got back from, yeah. Oh, alright. Kyo is doing he's doing a Kyo Sekai stream where he's testing a new custom char. I forgot which VTuber was it. Yeah, but I do want to welcome Keita back, so we're gonna raid Keita instead. Is this correct? Hobbies Keita. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Oh, whoops. Unfortunately, Healing, I have redeem if you want to redirect the raid. Yeah, and I already did that. Yeah, so we're gonna watch Keita playing Baldur's Gate 3. So let's do our outro. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more, consider subscribing or follow me on Twitch. I'll be probably streaming on this Friday. We'll be doing a VTuber manga club where we'll be reading Umakawa Volume 2, which is no longer available on any manga sites except for my blog. That's right, motherfucker. you can only read it. Oops, that's the wrong redeem. Oh yeah. So anyway, please consider donating for my coffee, so I can either get cosplay or get original songs, or join my Patreon, join my Discord, buy my shirt over at my Forkwall shop. Yeah, just do whatever you can to support me financially. I really need that money, you guys. Alright, going to Keita. Start to read.
What? Another? Gosh, I've been. The audio is cutting out. Okay, let me go fix that first. Hey, Nathan, let me give you a shout out. Thank you so much for the raid.
Oops, that's the wrong.
ASMR. What are you doing ASMR of? Right, let me fix the game capture music first.
Literally reading a book.
Bonk. Bonk. Is that better? Is that fixed now? Literally reading a book? Ooh. That does sound like a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, basically,
Come on.
bought a self-help book to cure my depression. Literally bought myself a book to cure my depression and read it on stream. And it actually been helping. It's helping. It does.
Wait, is this silence?
Alright, I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on Friday. Wait, is it streaming or end stream? Oh, that's the wrong command. Yeah, end stream.
Yes!
There we go.